We've been working extremely hard during this second milestone and are excited to show our initial goals for the milestone and what we've accomplished.
Backend and front-end implementation for the sign-up, logging, and user profile page.
Front-end implementations of search features and listing features.
Our chat implementation.
The router and navigation bar.
These were our initial goals for milestone 2. Team 1 was in charge of creating the UI for login, sign up, and profile pages. They had to implement input validation to ensure correct password, emails, and phone numbers, for example. They had to ensure correct error and acceptance messages respectively, and ensure role-based UI differences. Team 1 was also in charge of designing the Firestore database schema for users, defining API contracts for authentication, and test authentication flows using Postman and Firebase authorization locally.
Developed by Justin, he's part of Team 1. It showcases the user's name, email, phone number, update user info, does work. Here the person can update their name updated successfully, their email should pop up, that's updated successfully. Password, it's invalid, and we change it to just default 8, should update, it was updated. And the phone number, just put whichever phone number, and it'll update. You can go back, and yeah, that's it.
My name is Cristian Ramos, and I work on the sign-in page. This is how the sign-in page looks. The forgot password is a link address that will point to another page as a key for the email. But for demonstration purposes, you can see on the bottom left that it points to a website. In the source code, each element is separated into different widgets. The widgets created will be called from a main widget for the page. For this milestone, I faced some challenges. This was the first time using Flutter and Dart, which led to having difficulty understanding the syntax of the language and understanding how to use the widgets. Those are the main reasons that I was not able to implement the sign-in actions. For the next steps, I plan to add secure routes to the sign-in page and make the sign-in page perform the action of signing in.
This is Jason Paris from Team 1. Team 1 was responsible for the backend and front-end implementation for the sign-up, logging, and user profile page. I was personally tasked with implementing the front-end and validation for the sign-up process. If it's put in correctly, it will not. You have red, signal that's incorrect. Say gmail.com. It's valid. For the password, it needs to be at least 8 characters long, at least one number, at least one uppercase letter. Let's put Superman and put a number. Here the user can unhide their password to verify they type the right thing. And here we have username. Just put Jason. Now, if any of these are empty, the program will let you know that all fields are required. Right? Jason. If email or password is invalid, another error popped up. It's invalid email format. Input a stored email. We put sign up. It'll start loading. And if it all works, now here's the part where it would send you to either the home page or the profile page. So once the team assembles all the branches together into one code, for milestone 3, one actually leads to either the home page or the user profile page, whatever is decided.
Meanwhile, Team 2 was in charge creating the UI for posting, viewing, and searching listings, ensuring full form validation, and defining API contracts for item listing and documenting how data will be structured. They also had to set up storage rules for images.
Hello, I'm Adiel Soto from Team 2. The first thing our team implemented was the search bar, which functions as you'd expect a search bar to work. As you can see, I write San Juan, and it only shows me San Juan Villa. The search bar also updates dynamically. For example, if I just write the letter S, it shows me every listing that includes the letter S in the title. But if I write SA, then it only shows me San Juan Villa. And if I write ST, then it only shows me Carolina Estate. Additionally, there are plenty of search filters to help the user's experience navigating this platform be more precise. You can search via minimum price and max price. So for example, if I write minimum price of $100 and maximum price of $200, you can see that every listing on the page right now fits those conditions. But if I were to lower the max price to $120, it'll only show me these two listings. Additionally, you can sort by number of beds and number of bathrooms. In addition to this, if the user wants a more simple approach to searching, you can also search by location. So let's say I want something in San Juan. I just click here and it would show me all of the listings in San Juan. So that's it for the main housing page. We also made a hamburger menu that includes a way to get to various pages on the web app. Let's go over the My Listings page. Now, for the sake of this exercise, of this demonstration, San Juan Villa has been set as a listing created by the hypothetical user of the app. So here we have San Juan Villa, which I created. And here you can edit the listing, deactivate it, but I want to move your attention to the create a listings page here. There's a brand new page where you can upload an image. Let me show you what happens if you didn't do it properly. It'll tell you that there's an invalid amount. Now, if you do it properly, it would create the listing. We haven't connected this to Firebase, so for now, the created listing doesn't appear on the web app. Additionally to creating a listing, you can also edit a listing. So you can go here and you can change the information, upload a new image, whatever you want. But you can also click the load information button, which would take all of the information from the existing listing and put it here. For now, this is obviously dummy data, so you don't see it, but that's what it's supposed to do. We also have the favorites page, which, again, for the sake of this, San Juan Villa was also set as favorite for this demonstration. Finally, we have a subsection of the hamburger menu called admin options. Here, we have the inactive listings page, which allows the admin to view all of the inactive listings, which we'll get to now. Here you can see a bunch of listings in the public homepage, and you can see a button that says deactivate. If I were to deactivate San Juan Villa, for example, it's no longer in the public view. If I go to my listings, you can see that I can still see my user created listing San Juan Villa as inactive, and in the full version of the app, I would have to submit a request to get my listing reactivated. Here, you can just click activate it and just reactivate it, and it'll appear in the main homepage. An inactive listing also appears in the admin's inactive listings page so that they can see all of the deactivated listings and review them to see if they're worth putting back up. Finally, they also appear in the favorites listings page so that a user can see, hey, what happened to my favorite listing? And they could see and ask for updates on the matter. For our last feature that we'll be going over is the listings purchasing page, where after you click on a listing, you write your name, you write your message, and you would send the inquiry, and that message would get sent to the user who created the listing, and you would be able to talk in a chat room from there. That's it for all of the features of Team 2, and for Milestone 3, we will work on combining all of these front-end features with Firebase data storage.
Team 3 was in charge of creating a chat UI with interactive elements. For example, text input, sending buttons, timestamps, and be able to display different chat states, such as read or unread messages. They also had to implement message editing, and in the backend, were in charge of defining message storage schema in Firebase.
This is Julian Diaz from Team 3, and now I'll be showing you our chat implementation for the online marketplace. I'll be joining now as a user. Right now in the database we have 2 users created. Each user will be able to see every user that's logged into the web app. So right now we only have 2 users. I'll be sending a message to this user. Now we'll log out of this user and log in to the existing user. As you can see, the message that sent me that user are right up here in a notification bell. When I marked this notification as read, tell the other user that I have read these messages. I'll show you that feature soon. Boom. Now I'll show you the feature that we implemented to edit a typo. Oh, I said it wrong. Now I can edit it. And it will pop up that I edited the message. We also added some other features when the message, when the screen gets too long, it will go down to the newest message, as you can see right here. I'll go to the other user. So you can see the notification. I got sent 3 messages. I'll mark them as read. I can see that the other user read my messages. And I also can see that he edited. That's all the features we have up for now in our implementation. In the Milestone 3, we will be adding this. We'll be adding this implementation to the main branch and fixing all the details of the chat.
Finally, Team 4 was in charge of ensuring homepage was fully interactive, had a navigation system for page transitions, and implemented skeleton loading states. They had to ensure that all UI elements were usable as components for future scalability. In the backend, they had to plan the API interactions for navigation and user sessions, defining how categories, saved items, and filters will be structured.
Team 4's focus for this application was the router and navigation bar, two essential components that enhance user experience by providing seamless navigation across the platform. This is also where the functionalities developed by other teams will be integrated, ensuring a unified experience for all users. One of our primary objectives was to ensure that the navigation bar remains consistently available across all pages. This allows users to move effortlessly between sections like Home, My Favorites, Search, and Profile without losing context. To achieve this, we restructured our routing system using Flutter's Go Router package. We implemented a centralized router configuration, making navigation dynamic and reducing redundant code. The Go Router package allowed us to define structured paths for different pages, including a login, profile, and housing listing. To further enhance usability, we implemented an active page highlight. This feature dynamically updates as users navigate through different sections, providing visual feedback on their current location within the app. We ensured that the navigation bar persists across all pages using a shared layout structure. This prevents unnecessary loading, while we keep the navigation elements functional and interactive. In summary, our work on the router and navigation bar significantly improved the structure efficiency and user experience for the Marketplace app. With a persistent navigation bar, dynamic page highlighting, and rigorous testing, we're building a solid foundation for the app's future enhancements. This is also where other teams' functionalities will be seamlessly integrated, ensuring a cohesive platform for all users.
For our next milestone, we will join all these separate functionalities into one cohesive website. We will implement new features through continuous integration and add functional testing to ensure expected behavior. Finally, we hope to host our website, making it accessible to all.
Thank you for watching. Oh my god. Haha.